Welcome back to another video. It's time to fall in love again, this time with ourselves. The game is called Love Thyself, which also is a very good lesson to take with you from this video. So without spoiling too much, as you can already see on the screen, we are playing as Horatio. We're the emperor of a civilization made up of Horatios. All these guys, you're not being racist, they actually look the same. And that's because all of them are clones of ourselves. And I'm really curious. I'm so into the premise of dating myself. Not because I'm heavily egocentric, but maybe I am, but mainly because it's something new. It's something fresh. It's like Daddy Simulator, but on another level. I can be my own daddy. And it's more dad than I ever had in my life. So let's dive in and see what Horatio got in store for us. It is impossible to dissociate my story from that of Horatio, the first of our name. The first beings to travel widely between the stars were known as the Endless. We know of no earlier form of intelligent life that moved between galaxies. Can't I activate text-to-speech? Let's try that out.
Their history is glorious but above all tragic. Though they unlocked the secrets of time, space, the stars, and life itself, they were unable to master their own internal conflicts.
Okay, yeah.
Self-voicing disabled.
Okay, this is a super cool feature to have, but I think I'm a little more charismatic than the text-to-speech thingy. But it's nice they have it, so people without eyes can enjoy it too. Okay. So, what remains now of the Endless are strange, disjointed traces in the forms of seeds, of observatories, of experiments, of cities and worlds, and perhaps, though not all of this is clear or verifiable, in the forms of other peoples. Beautiful. Many starfaring civilizations have since risen to the fore, some have fallen as well. Events in recent history have led to an explosion in the number of players on the galactic scene. One of these, a major one, is Horatio. Once upon a time, Horatio was just a man, a simple trillionaire. Wow. Yeah. One night, a vision came to him in the shape of a dream. It was the vision of an empire, an eternal life. He left everything behind, venturing through the stars. Over the ages, he discovered many of the mysteries left by the Endless, and his knowledge and power grew. He created his first sons, and willed his empire into existence, a beacon of all that is brilliant and beautiful. Now the empire of Horatio flourishes, and Horatio himself is immortal, with a power to rival that of the Endless themselves. Nice. Some say they were living gods. They're dead now, though, while we thrive through our brother, our god, Horatio. Yeah, let's go. I wanna see some nice dudes. I think I hear someone. Oh my god. So he looks a little flat, like very two-dimensional. I hope he's not. He isn't actually that two-dimensional. All the clones in this batch are to be decanted today. Like wine? I know this is earlier than the original schedule planned for, but the schedule didn't plan for 2 patrol squads in the heartland of the Empire to go missing within a month. Oh, drama. Just follow my lead and the procedure will be fine. If you do well today, you might be promoted to junior lab technician earlier than expected. So wait. I'm not playing as the big boss Horatio, but just as some clone Horatio? I wanna be King God Horatio. Or is my goal now to find and fuck him? To fuck my way up to the top? To be God King Horatio? Or inside God King Horatio? This would be amazing, sir. Don't interrupt. Most of the process is automated. But contrarily to some of the clone hatching sequences you've seen in class, the final steps are still done by hand. So you might say, it's a hand job? There are procedures for which a computer cannot be trusted, and you have to rely on a steady Horatio judgment. That's true. Back to our specimens. You will handle clone births A through L. I'll do the other row. Pick one and get to work. You know me. Like, the background is really beautiful. If you'd delete assistant lab technician, that would make for a really nice living wallpaper. Can you hear me? One moment I'm asleep, and the next I'm alive. My eyes struggle to adjust to the brightness of the room. Oh, that's some Matrix shit. It slowly comes into focus. There's a man in a white and blue uniform bent over me, oh boy, with a bald, elongated head and a look of concern on his face. Hello? Ah, you're awake. Great. I have a couple of questions for you. He shoves the small hollow pad he's holding in my... Oh god, I'm so glad there's... Oh, I'm glad they say face. It's very bright and I recall slightly, groaning something. Oh my... Come on! He starts flipping through the pages when the other voice calls out. Come over, please. I need your help. The man looks for a place to put down the hollow pad, then realizes his outfit doesn't have pockets big enough to accommodate it. Turgers 47 F07, I'm talking to you. Get moving. Yes, sir. Coming. He looks down at me and ends up putting the tablet down next to me. I'll be back. He trots away and out of sight. I struggle to prop myself up on one elbow so I can keep watching him. He's got some sweet Horatio ass. He stops at a platform some distance away, on which lies a naked man. Now this is getting interesting. Another uniformed man is standing nearby, looking at a side panel next to the platform. All three of them look exactly alike. Brothers? How can I help, sir? The uniformed man points at the naked form in front of him. This clone is faulty. The lights are on, but it seems nobody's home. I try to make sense of all of this. These people are clones of one another? What do you mean, sir? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? He can hear us, but he can't respond. Something must have gone wrong during the process. On the outside, he's fine, but his motor or educational imprinting is flawed. The result is this useless Hulk. What good is it being beautiful if you can't make everyone proud? True? True. The cloning VATs are near perfect, but every once in a while some other part of the pipeline produces a disgusting abnormal... Not goody. Not goody. Let's take care of him and chalk him up as a total loss. What do you need me to do? Simple. Take his legs. Oh, spread them, daddy. I mean, what? The man called Turgus F07 grabs the unmoving clone by the ankles and looks at the other clone. Oh, I thought they're talking about me. The latter has passed his hands under the clone's arms and pulls him off the platform with a grunt. We'll put the body in the recycling chute. Chute? We'll put the body in the recycling chute. Cute? We'll put the body in the recycling... Shut. This way we get the nutrients back. Think of it as his way of contributing. Both of them tug and pull. What is with these words? Are you trying to make me look stupid on purpose? Both of them tug and pull, and before long they're panting. Oh boy. We can't afford to show weakness at this time, or ever. Everything and everyone is perfect and beautiful in the Horatio Empire. So far, yes? It's a kindness we're doing to him, when you think about it. I watch as they come nearer and realize that there are about a dozen other men on the platforms. All of them are in various states of laying down or sitting up, looking at the grotesque scene with mild interest. Every single one of them is a carbon copy of the trio in front of us. I catch my reflection on the surface, and suddenly I realize I, too, am one of them. A clone of them. A Horatio. It is a good thing we caught this now, so we can fix it before the ceremony. Our records need to be perfect. Otherwise, we'll end up in a backwater station, decanting only he knows what. This is a small blessing, really. For you and me, I mean. For him, not so much. The trio passes in front of me, and for a moment my eyes lock into those of the faulty clone. Far from being dead inside, I can see fear radiating from him. Oh, poor Bean. He knows he's going to be killed off because he's imperfect. I sit up and try to figure out what these tests are about. I don't want to follow this guy in the recycling thing. Every time I think about what a memory test entails, I come up with a blank. I think that's the issue right there. My body's functional. I can understand what people are saying and think, but there's nothing of the memory implants they mentioned. I'm a blank slate. Prop him up while I open the chute. I gotta do something about this. I turn around to look at the clone next to me, who is gazing about with an air of studied detachment. Our eyes lock and his expression shifts to a scowl. I haven't done anything to deserve it, although I've been fidgeting on my platform. What are you looking at, substrate? I rummage for a good comeback. All of these guys seem to hold perfection in very high regard. I know what'll shut them right up. Yes. I'm just wondering whose clone you are. Surely you can't be one of us? It takes him a moment, but eventually he gets it. He reddens and mutters under his breath. It definitely doesn't sound friendly. I realize we seem to be easily provoked and causing a scene might just be my way out. Oh, I already like... My god. Visual novels are kinda boring, to be honest, like from a gameplay perspective. So I usually don't play them except in a dating simulating context, because I like dating sims. I usually like playing dating sims that have a little more gameplay to them, like Honey Pop. I know it wasn't that much gameplay, but like there was something to do. It was a creative idea to play fucking Candy Crush to unlock the dates and stuff. And just normal visual novels usually leave me standing. But this, I'm already super engaged. And that's kinda, it surprises me, absolutely, but yeah, I want to see more. I want to play more, and we're definitely gonna play more. We're gonna do that right now. I pull my legs off the platform to do just that when I catch something about to fall off. It's the holopad Turgus F07 has left by my side. Maybe there's some information in there that helped me cheat my way through the test instead. What should I do? Let's provoke a fight. No time to investigate. I put the holopad down on the platform, hop off and throw myself at my neighbor, screaming. What did you say to me? He is taken aback by my sudden outburst and I land a beautiful first slap that almost throws him off the platform. I try to shove him onto the ground. He grabs me by the head, which is surprisingly effective, and we both fall to the floor with a crash. We start swiping at each other with our eyes closed, grimacing and trying to protect our faces from the blows. The other clones are coming around us and are chanting, "Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight!" Others are saying things like, "Punch his ugly face!" and "Show him who's got the best genes!" That's funny because we're all 100% identical. We're not hurting each other much, but it gets tiring quickly. Thankfully, the lab technicians arrive and separate us. We're both panting and sweaty, which is unpleasant to me, but seems to be absolutely awful for the other guy. I win this round. That's enough, you two. You're going to mess up your pretty faces. Who'll even look at you after that, huh? What were you even fighting for? This is do or die. My opponent looks defiantly around and spits out. He was looking funny at one of his batters. I told him to back off. He called me a substrate. I clearly have the better genes. The lab technician in charge looks at Turgus F07 and snickers. Sort these idiots out. I'm going to let indoctrination know we've got a feisty bunch. He leaves the room. Turgus F07 sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose. Okay. Everyone line up against that wall, we'll do a quick assessment and you'll be on your way. You two idiots sit in the idiot corner over here until we're done. Oh, just like in school. You're clearly functioning and you seem to have the exact amount of jealousy that you need. You should probably be tested for stupidity down the line. I'm sure you'll make a great first impression in indoctrination. My god, words. I'm sure you'll make a great first impression in indoctrination. My opponent seems annoyed. I'm doing my best to mimic his expression, but I'm secretly relieved. We passed the test. I sit in silence, my blood pumping in my ears, waiting until the testing is done and we are called away. Sometime later, the assistant comes back. Thank you for waiting. I'm gonna ask you to please head to wardrobe in the next room over, where you'll find your station uniform. Anyone will do. They're all the same size, obviously. After that, you'll be directed towards indoctrination. This will be followed by dinner, orientation, and you'll be shown to your quarters. Now, this way, please. The door to the next room opens, and we step inside. I try to put a few people between me and my neighbor from the lab. There's a few tables at the far end of the room. Uniforms are neatly stacked and folded next to one another. We look at one another uneasily until someone steps forward and grabs a uniform, looks at it warily and puts it on. We follow suit. It is some sort of green jumpsuit with 2 deep pockets. It closes with a simple zipper in the front. The uniform is pretty snug fit. The fabric seems sturdy, yet comfortable. I notice there are pairs of light boots under the table, so I take a pair. They're a bit tight. I put my hands in my pockets and look around me, waiting for what's next. The wait doesn't last. After a minute, another door opens. The assistant from before is holding his holopad and peers inside. Okay, well, normally there's somebody else to show you the way to indoctrination. We're a bit short-staffed at the moment, apparently. There's a grumble from my neighbors at this lack of decorum. I've lit up a path on the holo screens. It will guide you there. Just proceed down that hallway to the concourse and follow instructions. Sorry about that. I shuffle out the room and hesitantly walk down the hallway, hoping that I won't get lost. The others are following me, although at a distance, no one seeming to want to take the initiative. They seem to be familiar with our surroundings, but not with the layout of the station. At least, none of us has to pretend. I think no one wants to be the one going down the wrong way and making a mistake in front of the others. I've seen crossroads twice and stuck to the path indicated by an arrow on the wall screens. So far, so good. I keep walking. The others follow. Eventually, I hear a murmur in the distance, which grows to a distinct noise as I draw nearer. I see some bright lights in the distance and a much more colorful environment. I step out onto a plaza, a cathedral of greens and gold. There are columns and glass everywhere, with manicured trees and shrubs in every corner, and overhead an immense glass canopy. This must be the concourse. Concourse? Concordata. There are lots of other people here, all wearing the same jumpsuits as we are. Probably fresh new clones, just like us. Even my jaded brethren around me are all murmuring among themselves in tones of wonder and amazement, as if talking out loud might make the wonders fade away. That's cute. This way, please. Nicht baumeln. The voice cuts through the noise effortlessly, and in a moment the conversations go quiet. A Horatio has appeared on an immense holo screen inviting us to move along. There are more holo projections in the hallway leading to... what was it? Indoctrination? That sounds unpleasant. Nonetheless, I follow the crowd. Alright guys, we're at indoctrination. And I'd say, let's stop for today. Alright, so this visual novel looks very, very promising. I'm looking forward to play through this whole thing. So far, the story also seems so interesting. I mean, we're a clone, but we're defective, in fact. So we're a rogue one, but we're not. But we also have to try to not be found out, while seducing other Horatios and fucking our way to the top. So that's great. So, if you liked it, maybe hit subscribe so you won't miss out on the rest of this glorious adventure of Horatio finding a Horatio to spend his life with. Finding true love. Because, as they say, real love only exists between Horatios. See ya.